All right, so coaching a pharmacy,
Uh-huh.
what do they struggle with the most?
It kind of depends on the pharmacy.
Okay.
What I see a lot is not a lot of great communication.
Within
And
the
I think
pharmacy.
when you can communicate with your team,
Okay.
what the vision is and the why of that vision, you're going to get better buy-in and you're going to get more support. So teams that I've worked with that have done a really good job at really communicating things to their staff and have ongoing communication, not just one and done, but that ongoing communication, so much farther ahead than others. The other thing that I think is key is getting them to experience things. So sometimes, when you talk about like MedSync and you talk about workflows, if you can bring them out of their little world and bring them to like Osterhaus Pharmacy or another pharmacy. And I think our executive director, Lindsay Lugwood, has done a phenomenal job of that with really kind of promoting those field trips throughout those Flip the Pharmacy sites and even other sites that are struggling. If they can come and see how things go in a pharmacy that's functioning, pretty smoothly with MedSync or whatever the case may be.
Or the process that
starts
looks
to
like that mountain far away that they're like, that looks really freaking awesome. I'm going to get there one day, but they don't know where to start. Or they start and they fumble a couple times. And they're like, well, I don't have the time to dive back into this and really figure it out. So, what kind of advice do you give to somebody who sees that mountain and they want to go for it?
Well, it's really what we talk about a lot is it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and so it's just that slow and steady wins the race.
Yep.
Kind of thing. So if you can just make one little change today and then tomorrow focus on, something else. And then the next day, a year from now, you're going to look back and you're going to say, wow, I'm so much farther than I was a year ago.
It's that concept of a continuum. I love it.
Yeah. Yep. So I think that's the important thing. And it's developing that habit. And I know sometimes it can be a struggle, especially with like care plans and things like that. Well, why do I have to do that? I don't have anyone paying for this right now. But, you can't just jump into the race, if you haven't trained. And so really Flip the Pharmacy. And I love it because there's like 4 different progressions that they go through over a 2-year period, and they're like 6 months each, and it really, gets that repetition in, and it starts to kind of layer things in there, and that practice and stuff. So that's really been really positive.
So, okay, MedSync question. You're obviously doing MedSync in your pharmacy. How many patients do you have on MedSync?
Ooh, it's funny because we had a pharmacist retreat just the other day, or I guess the other day, it was June. And it was noted we had like over 30%, but I think it has to do with some reporting. So it's looking at the number of patients and then the number of eligibility and whatnot. But I think when you take out like vaccinations or like kind of like, your acute scripts and things like that, that number's got to be higher, because we really honestly, I don't have the exact patient number, but it's like, I want to say like 700 maybe.
Oh,
maybe
wow.
even more.
It'd be fun to look at your percentage of chronic prescriptions, right?
Yeah.
So you just you looked at what chronic medications were and say what percentage of our chronic meds, anything with a refill, right, is on sync. I know we need that number. That'd be a good, because I look at
to reevaluate the calculation.
Because I like to think about percentage of scripts, because that's what transforms practices.